Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Michael from Hallowed Thrills back with another video. And you may be wondering, why are we starting a video so late at night? That's because I just got off of a flight from Philadelphia to Orlando because it is opening night for Halloween Horror Nights 30. We have finally made it. It has been a long time coming and we are here. The arches are right behind us. So I'm gonna go grab my ticket and head in because we're gonna try to get a couple more houses in before they close for the night because it is just a little bit past 11. They close at 2 a.m. So let's see how many houses we can get through tonight. And then I'll be back here again tomorrow to try to finish off the rest of the slate of houses. So this is going to be a 2-day, 1 video type thing. But before we get into it, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell notification turned on to get notified whenever I post a video. And also make sure that you're following both my Instagram and my Twitter, because the pictures from my entire weekend here for opening weekend are going to be posted all over there. So go check it out. The horror! Ha! Hell yeah! We are at the entrance. You can see the beautiful man Jack there as our main amulet for this year, as well as the house, like the house posters for Beetlejuice, Bride of Frankenstein Lives, Haunting of Hill House, Icons Captured, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We have our ticket. We are inside, and just look at that. Look at that beautiful sign. Oh my God, I am in love. I am in love. Halloween Horror Nights is back in full effect. We are here. I wish I could go through that zone though, but we're heading straight right over there to get our first house because Case Files Unearthed Legendary Truth is right to the right and will be our first house of this year's season. There it is. Legendary Truth, Case Files Unearthed. 45 minutes. Let's head in. First house of the night. So we just got done with Case Files Unearthed. And I'm gonna be honest, it kind of reminded me of Slaughter Cinema, just that like, that in-between rooms with posters that signified the next case that you were going into of Boris. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to get a couple more run-throughs to fully enjoy it, but I really did find like a lot of the scares to be really good and well placed, and the creatures throughout there were really scary. My favorite probably being the Yeti, of course, the Beast Man. But the Moss Man, that's the whole like area with a whole bunch of like dangling stuff in your face was also really great. And we are heading into the Gorewood Forest, home of the Terror Queen. I am super excited for this zone. We're gonna see the Terror Queen up close and personal. There she is, the Terror Queen. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Loving the zone so far. It has a great vibe, and honestly for a Central Park zone it has a lot of like different props throughout the entire thing. Oh my God, a lot of fog. Love the fog. Oh my God, this zone's great so far. And what is that? Yo, not feeling that one. That one was terrifying. Love the banners. I do kind of wish, like, you see some of the lights. The lights in the trees I wish lit up like all the time, but they just light every so often. Not a really big fan of that. I like having the lights in the trees like at all times. Now, there is one thing that's kind of I'm not too happy about. So we're walking through Springfield now, and as you can hear, or more rather what you can't hear, is you can't hear the chainsaws. There is no chainsaw horde here in Springfield this year, which is kind of a downer. Those are one of my favorite things. It's because it doesn't give you a break. This is now just an empty area. It's a break. I don't like breaks. I like to be scared 24/7. So there not being chainsaws in this area, it's kind of a letdown. So it is officially 12 o'clock. It is midnight. We have 2 hours until the end of the event, and we are heading over here to Wicked Growth, Realm of the Pumpkin, and Puppet Theater. So we're gonna try to knock out both of these, and maybe we can have time to run over to Scary before the event closes for the night. Fingers crossed. Now, when I say I love a facade, holy shit, I love a facade. This is a beautiful fucking facade. So just got done Wicked Growth, Realm of the Pumpkin, and for people saying that that's one of the scariest houses here, it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot better than I did Legendary Truth, but the scenes of it were so great. The Pumpkin Lord character was just amazing looking, and the one scare with the Grim Reaper like coming out of like fog, oh, so fucking so cool, man. Like, definitely had like better scares in there than it did in Case Files, but like, oh, and that facade, 10 out of 10. I really plan on getting so many run-throughs of that house because it's just so good. But we're heading over to Puppet Theater next. It is currently 12:30, so wait for that wasn't that bad. So Puppet Theater's next, and then we'll see what we can get from there. Woo, facade! We're heading in! Yeah! Puppet Theater, I'm gonna be honest, probably had my best scare so far today. I actually jumped a little bit. It was really good. I enjoyed the whole concept of it. I really enjoyed the house. The theming of it was great. A couple people around me got really scared. It was great. It was hilarious seeing other people get scared and just me being like, I kind of know what's going on with this house. But really, really great house. It's gonna be hard to do my rankings. Gonna have to get a lot more. But right now we're heading over to Scary Horrors from the Heartland. That's our next stop, and it's going to be house number 4 of the night, which almost 1 o'clock, so we might be able to get one more in. Maybe we'll run to Icons after. Oh man, there's the facade, and we were walking straight in, so hopefully this house feels like it's going to be nostalgia central. So hopefully it's as much as I hope it's as good as it's going to be. So just get out of Scary, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I can attribute that run through for either a cash change or something. I didn't get a single scare for the entire first half of that house, so it was really, really disappointing. The back half was really good, and I loved the nostalgia of it. I was able to point out like a whole bunch of like the little things that they were pointing out in the house. Meets Schoolhouse, a little section for Slaughter Cinema, Dead End, The Hive, a bunch of houses from years past that I absolutely wish I went through, but I'm glad I was able to get a little peek at them now. And HR Blood and Guts. Ooh, that was a great section there. But now we are gonna head up to the front, and hopefully we can get a run through of Icons. Realistically, that's probably gonna end up being our last run through, depending on what the weight is of it. But fingers crossed, maybe we get one more in. We've been flying through all these houses. I'm gonna like show up a little bit of Crypt TV because super hyped for this zone. The Mordio, the Looksee, Walter from Milk and Cookies. I am just super excited to see all of them. So let's stop in, see what the boys are up to. Walter! I love that they're playing the short on there. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm here for. The Mordio. Hell yeah. Miss a Nitty. This zone, I mean, honestly, love the zone. Really love the zone. Where's the Look-See though? That's who we're really looking for. Look-See, woo! Suit. Oh yeah, love it. Seek and destroy. Seek and destroy. No, I'm gonna be honest. I think people are right. They look like the imposters from Among Us. Among Us? Sussy Baka? That's definitely what I'm getting from this zone. Oh god. I'm gonna be honest. This zone's kind of a letdown. But we'll have to wait until we get up to the front. We'll see. Wow. It kind of gives me like an old school sci-fi vibe, huh? not bad. It's not bad, but it's not what I expected.
Are you here to submit?
I love the spotlights though. The spotlights have like helicopter noises with them, so that's really awesome. It is icons captured time. Let's go, baby. Let's see who we get. Let's see who we get to who's gonna win out of all the icons. I'm super hyped for this house. It is gonna be great. I've seen a couple pictures on the inside, kind of ruined it for me, but not enough for me to understand what's going on in the house. So super hyped. Hopefully I get a director win at the very end, or caretaker. Right out of one house into the next, so we just got done with icons captured, and as far as the scary house, no. Was not very scary. The storyteller / Bloody Mary section was a little of an Easter egg, but really loved that section. It was really like, there was some good scares in there, jump scares and stuff. We had the usher as our winner for our run through. So Julian got his win. Big shout out to Julian, but it was really good, and there was like a lot of like little hidden Easter eggs. So hopefully I get to go through that during my Unmasking the Horror tour in October, because that is going to be awesome, and hopefully I'm able to get a ton of pictures inside there. But now we're heading over into Texas Chainsaw, and this is definitely going to be our last house, as it is 1:40, and we are done. We are heading out of here. That is 3 hours down here for opening night. We got a lot done, so I actually was able to get one more house as I sprinted back to Beetlejuice following Texas Chainsaw. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was really good. I really enjoyed it. It went pretty much scene for scene for the original movie, and it was really like, the scares were good. I love a good chainsaw scare, so they always get me, so I love that. The last scene for that, I won't spoil it, but the last scene, oh my god, left, right, all center, all fantastic. Love that last scene. And then as far as Beetlejuice goes, Beetlejuice didn't change much from last year. It was kind of disappointing as far as like the difference between me going through it last year and this year. So I mean, I loved it. I love the house. It's a great house, don't get me wrong, but I thought it was going to change a little bit more. So give and take. But we got 7 houses done tonight in 3 hours, and only one house that we didn't do that I hadn't been through before. So I say that's a pretty successful opening night after coming in at like 10 o'clock from my flight and finally getting here at 11. So I think that's successful night 1. I'll see you guys tomorrow for night 2. All right, everybody, we are back for day 2. We are here at opening for Halloween Horror Nights, and I got my park map today. So we got our guide map for this year's event finally. Didn't get it yesterday because I completely forgot. But we're gonna head into Lights, Camera, Action first. One of the other scare zones that we didn't get to yesterday, and then we're heading over to Hill House. Hill House is one of the last 3 houses I didn't get to yesterday. So let's run it. Lights, Camera, Action. Woo! This is like our sort of best of scare zone. So we got Invasion from 27. We got Fear's Lantern. Vikings Undead. Love it. Oh, some Vanity Ball. Treeks and Foons. Love me some good Treeks and Foons. Love this scare zone. Oh my, where's Eddie? Woo! Oh, Jack and Eddie! Hold up, let's run it around. Let's go around, see what Jack and Eddie are up to. Oh man. Vamp 85, Vamp 85. But there we go, there's the man of the hour, Jack and Eddie. Woo! Eddie. Vamp 55. Oh, I just love this zone, man. This zone is beautiful. Love the scares, love the stages. Oh, love it in general. So now we got done with that. So now let's quickly rush back to Hell House. 20 minutes for Hell House. I think this might be the line, so let's get in line. Even without Barney being here, I could still make the same joke. DreamWorks Destination. It's terrifying. The scariest part of Halloween Horror Nights. This is gonna be the scariest house, the DreamWorks Destination. There we are. We're almost to like the splitting point, so heading into Hell House in probably the next 5, maybe 10 minutes. Cash change, cash change, cash change, cash change. Nice. Love me a good cash change. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong. To all the scare actors and the people who are involved with Hell House, I tip my hat to you. That was amazing. I loved every scare. I got a great run through of that house. I got so many good scares from that house. The dark sections that were just like in your ears, like people whispering, like, oh. And like the fact that they actually added scares in those dark rooms, which is what I was praying for from Graveyard Games in 2019. Like, oh, perfection as far as that goes. And then the tall man, the stilt walkers of the tall man, great. Like, oh, I absolutely love that house. I will eat my words. That was a great house. Way better than I was expecting. I didn't even have to understand or see the show to enjoy that house. That was so good. We're heading back up to the front of the park to get the last two houses, being Bride and Tooth Fairy, but poor Eelmouth, man. Poor Eelmouth. The Terror Queen just hanging him there, man. How dare she? And our last zone to go through for the event this year. 30 years, 30 fears. I don't know why I saved this for last. It just kind of worked out that way. But oh, look at that sign. So beautiful. And there he is. Bone. Bone. Blood Masquerade characters. So awesome. Love these signs. Oh, and there's gore, or blood, sorry, there's blood. This is such a nice introduction zone, just like I expected. Such a nice introduction zone. Nice puff of fog in my face. But that's it for that zone. Now we're heading into the last two houses. Now that was 1,000 times better from last year. They removed a lot of the vinyl / plexiglass from there. The last scene was so much better without that like big like cage in front of everything. You actually got a scare from Frankenstein, so that was ooh, mwah, chef's kiss. Super good. I don't know how good it was, but we're onto our last, and was my favorite from HHN Light last year, so we'll see comparing the two. So I'm gonna be honest, kind of disappointed. I missed a lot of scares, so I will say that, but they updated the masks on the Tooth Fairies, and they look so much better than last year. They have added more details to them. They've added like a bunch of other like hair follicles, like a whole bunch of stuff on them that make them look a little bit scarier than last year. But as far as scares go, they added maybe one more, removed some of the plexiglass and vinyl, and moved the scares back, added some more details to the house. But in total, I'm kind of disappointed. My fairies let me down. I was a big fan of that house last year, but now it's looking like Brides is taking over as my favorite from last year. But I think I'm gonna run through all the rest of the houses again, and I'll meet you guys up with you guys again at the end of the night to just give a little bit of rundown and close out the video. And it is 2 a.m., so that is going to wrap up a very long and tiring opening weekend. My legs are shot, my feet are shot. I am beat right now. But I got almost every single house twice and a couple houses 3 times. As of right now, Definitely, it's probably gonna change between now and the end of the events run. But for right now, my favorite house, it's a toss-up between Wicked Growth and Hill House, just because I've gotten so many good runs of Hill House. And then least favorite house right now is, unfortunately, Tooth Fairy. I got 2 runs of Tooth Fairy, and I just did not get a good run both times, so it's kind of hurting it. But I did enjoy this opening weekend. I cannot wait to be back in October. If you did enjoy this video, though, please make sure you drop a like and also comment. What is your favorite house if you've come out to the event, or what are you most hyped for if you're still waiting to be out here for HHN 30? But as always, I'm Michael. This has been How Thrills, and I'll see you guys next time.